Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw It. This time is going to be on The Fabelmans. Now, The Fabelmans follows a boy named Sam, and he is inspired to make movies of his own after seeing one movie. He's pretty much inspired to make movies with his family, and then as he gets older, he gets another crew to help him with his movies, but in terms of his family begins to fall apart, and basically these movies he makes, it's pretty much like, it's pretty much Spielberg's life. This is like a semi-biography of what Spielberg was like as a kid and the struggles he had with his family and what he was like when he was growing up making film before he became the big director that he was. So it's basically Spielberg's life and the perspective of a different type of family. It's not necessarily a biography film, it's more semi-biography, as you'll notice that this is definitely a Spielberg film just by seeing what this boy's life is like. And it's very engaging. This is truly something that Spielberg should have made a really long time ago, but he has still made tons of great movies throughout his career. He's still one of the all-time greatest directors. Even though last decade he hasn't made that many new classics, the BFG, The Pose, Ready Player One, they were all really good, but not some of his all-time greatest films. Like, I think in terms of the best film that he made that decade was Lincoln, but I feel like when he's starting to get his career back up is with the West Side Story remake, which came out last year. And this is definitely better than most of the stuff he made last decade. This is a film that truly shows that Spielberg still has the talent behind him. Just making this film basically him. Sam is pretty much him. Most of the stuff that you're going to see on screen is stuff that happened through Spielberg's life. Of course, some of it might have been fictional, like I don't know like the full story, but we all know, most of us do know as fans of the director, know how his childhood was like. Hell, remember that one scene in the Polar Express where a kid gets on the naughty list for sticking gum in his sister's hair? Yeah, that's pretty much what happened with Spielberg as a kid, but that's not in this movie. And the movie is a lot more than just about making films. No, he's going through a lot with the struggles of his family. Like, I'm not going to spoil, like, everything about the film. Basically, you just need to go in and experience it for yourself. Because it's one film where I feel like you're going to get a lot of what's going on screen if you're a massive Spielberg fan and have read like his articles and stuff, but you don't necessarily have to be a flat out Spielberg fan to fully enjoy it. Like, if you're a fan of movies, then yes, this is more than worth a watch, because of course this takes place in like the 50s, and they talk about how, you know, films used to be silent. It's basically like he's starting to, you know, become a director, like having like a very shoestring budget, and then he didn't fully become the director that he wanted to be until, of course, as he grows up, while also dealing with tons of struggles throughout his family, like he has to move to a different area because of his dad and stuff like that. It's all very moving. With Spielberg's terrific direction and the way that the movie looks, it definitely feels the 50s to the 60s vibe. It definitely looks that way, it feels that way, and Spielberg captures it beautifully here. I guess my tiny little nitpick would have to be like the second act of the movie when we're introduced to like this bully character, but hey, if that's something that did happen in Spielberg's life, then of course it should be in the film. But I didn't really like his character that much, not because he was a douche, but he had struggles with his girlfriend or something, and something happens where he has to like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I didn't really care for the whole, whatever, I didn't really care for that aspect whatsoever, but that's not the full point here, okay? The full point is that it's telling the perspective of how a young boy grows up to become a filmmaker while also dealing with so many struggles throughout his family life. And in the end, Steven Spielberg has created another classic here. It is beautifully directed. It has a very moving storyline, one that us as the viewers can definitely relate to when it comes to the family drama. Talented acting, as always, from most of Spielberg's films. Seth Rogen is great. Michelle Williams is terrific. There's no denying that this film is definitely going to get some award nominations. I wouldn't even be surprised if it gets nominated for Best Picture. Spielberg definitely shows that he still is the great director that we all know and loved. He proved that with West Side Story, and he proves it here. It's definitely one for Spielberg fans and fans of filmmaking. Again, it's not fully about filmmaking, as there are aspects where, of course, Sam is just dealing with the struggles of his family life. Definitely check this one out. I don't know why it's not getting a full wide release, but I hope it gets a more wider release because it's a Spielberg film. How could it not get a wider release? But I hope it does. And yeah, definitely check this one out. It's one of the best of the year. All right, I'm going to be reviewing Bones and All. I actually saw that the exact same day I saw this movie, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And I will be doing my Black Friday haul, so look forward to that as well. Yeah, I did not exaggerate when I said I would be making quite a bit of videos this week. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Ward out.